Hi, it's Ray from Pro Shaper Workshop in Charlton, Massachusetts. And no, we're not back on the Healey, but we're back on the Healey. What do you mean by that? Well, Ed, who's doing the Alpha project in the shop, Ed's one of these guys, you know, it's kind of funny. Every student I have, they always look for a new way to do something because they figure there's something that I've overlooked that I haven't tried yet. So he found this. This is called a planishing hammer made by www.coachsmithing.com. I believe they're in Wisconsin. And I think the owner's name is Alan Baresh. I've never talked to him. I don't know him. But I know he developed this a couple, 3 years ago or so, and he sold a bunch of them. I think they're $695. I really like the idea. It's just a simple palm nailer, and I'm sure it's Chinese sourced, but he makes a lot of dedicated parts for it, and it's done really well. And I guess he has plans for making a convex and a concave face on it too. But it's essentially like a powered slapper. And it's got a speed control over here. I used it on steel quickly the other day, and I wasn't that impressed with it on steel, but I know it'll move the aluminum. So let's give it a shot here. I'm going to put some Dykem on here, let the Dykem dry, and then we'll hit it with the file to see what the surface looks like. It's a big mess here still. But the object is not to get this glass smooth tonight. The object is just to show you how effective this works, because what will happen is as we file the Dykem, all the lows will show up, and then we'll hit it with this, and the lows should get smaller and smaller. So meaning that the surface is getting smoother. So let's give it a shot. I sprayed the Dykem on. I got it on there really heavy. We put it on heavy. It throws off a really nice gloss. So you can really see it's a real choppy surface. There's all kinds of anomalies in the surface here that need to be normalized, brought back to where they need to be. All right, so we'll put that right there. We got to let that dry, and then we'll file that a little bit, and it'll show the crazy surface that we have. And then we'll run the little planishing hammer on it. All right, we used the heat gun and dried up that Dykem nice. And you know, after getting that shiny Dykem on there and seeing the surface much better, I can see that this valley is going to need a little bit of work. So we have an unmolested valley over there. I think we have a gauge maybe for that one. So we can make a gauge showing where that valley is supposed to be. And there'll be spots where the valley has to come up. There'll be spots where the valley has to come down to match that gauge. We're not going to do that tonight. What we want to do is just this choppy water in here. There's a big flat spot in here that's got to come up. But I'm going to work on this side first. So we're not going to finish it by any stretch. I just want to really show how this planisher works. I think it'll work pretty good on the aluminum. So you can see those are all your high points. And this is that furred file that we're using on the Ford fenders. It's a real fine. I think it's like 20 cuts per inch or something like that. It's pretty fine. So blow that off, and then we'll try the planisher on it. All right, so this is where the performance of this tool really will start to show. We have all these high spots highlighted now, and all these are all low spots. So make a mental image, or even reverse it after we run the planishing hammer on, and see what the effect would be. So we're going to run the planishing hammer on there. We run the dolly in the backside, and we're just going to be bringing the dolly back and forth with the planishing hammer, and that's going to average out a lot of the highs and lows. So let's see what happens when we run it. And it's very noisy. I got it set for the lowest setting. Well, here we go. Get that out of the way. It does that. It doesn't want to start sometimes, so you got to give it a little more air. There we go. All right, I like the feel of that, and it's actually a lot smoother. It's not 100% yet. It was moving this flange. The angle of the flange came up this way because I was putting the dolly in here close. But now let's file it and see how much of an improvement we got. So make a mental image of what we got there now, and then let's see. Oh, look at that. A lot of new virgin territory is getting filed away here. So that was only about 2 minutes. Now remember, we're not removing any material. We're just barely scratching the surface here. That's a little weld nugget we got here. So you can see that's a great improvement, and that was only 2 minutes. So for aluminum, I have to conclude that this is a really good tool for your arsenal of tools to planish with. You can use a slapper and do it all manually. You can use an air planishing hammer. I think I've shown that before. We've got the mobile English wheel. You can use that. You can use a bullseye pick. The slapper and dolly trick. And that's probably the way I'm going to finish it, with the slapper and dolly to do all the fine work. See, that brought that up really quick. So you can get that all perfect, but you just got to aim for those spots. The trick is learning the skill set to get your dolly and your slapper in the same spot. Oftentimes you can watch it. You can watch the little footprints. On this, when you're using it, you don't have to worry about that. You've got a big surface. You're working it with the dolly. You're going to get most of it anyway. So, you know, I don't have the full potential of this machine yet as far as how to use it, but I think it's a valid tool. It's $695. Like I said, Ed bought it. He thought that I had not thought about this before. I've known about these for about 3 years and debated whether or not to buy one. Ed bought it, and now I said, oh boy, I think I will buy one. So I might not buy it tomorrow, but I probably will buy one. I probably could make one too, but Alan's done a really nice job with it, and it seems to work really well. So that's it for today from Pro Shaper Workshop. I thought you'd like to see that, and we got a little bit of progress done on the Healey. And please remember to subscribe, give us the comments, the links, and hit that little notification bell. We've been super busy. We haven't been putting up as many videos as we hope to, but we got a class coming up Friday. It's a really great class, and we'll maybe have a follow-up on that class next week. So thanks for watching. It's Ray from Pro Shaper Workshop in Charlton, Massachusetts.